Imagine the year is 1912. At the height of industry and human progress, the world is witnessing the emergence of a giant that no one has ever seen before. Its name is the Titanic. This gigantic ship, built in the great factories of Belfast, was not only a symbol of wealth and glory, but also the pride of human science and engineering. People had given it the nickname Unsinkable. Some even said, "Neither God nor nature can sink this ship." And finally the promised day arrived, April 10, 1912, Southampton, England. A large crowd had gathered in the harbor to see this magnificent ship. Passengers from all walks of life boarded. The wealthy in luxurious clothes and immigrants with small suitcases, but full of hope. The huge ship slowly moved forward, smoke rising from its funnels. The Titanic's journey had begun. In the early days, the sun shone on a calm sea. Passengers walked on the open decks, enjoying the cool breeze, and with the vast ocean before them, they felt that there were no limits to their dreams. The ship was not just a means of transportation, but an experience to discover the splendor of life. First-class passengers feasted amidst luxurious furnishings, crystal chandeliers, and cuisine served by celebrity chefs. The first 4 days passed peacefully and splendidly. The ballrooms were filled with the sound of music and laughter. The lower classes lived more simply, where their hopes were higher than the luxurious atmosphere of the ship. But the fourth night was a different night. On April 14th, while the sky was clear and the stars were shining, the North Atlantic Sea still looked cold and still. At 11:40 p.m., the ship's lookouts suddenly saw a huge shadow in the darkness. "Iceberg," a warning voice rang out. But it was too late. The giant ship failed to react in time. The impact was quiet but devastating. The sound of metal scraping against ice woke the passengers on the lower deck, but most of the passengers on the upper decks were unaware. Cold water quickly entered the ship. Luxurious rooms, bright halls, and even the huge engine rooms surrendered one by one. At these moments, panic set in. The crew tried to remain calm, but the harsh truth was, there were not enough lifeboats. Women and children were forced onto boats. Some men stood by in silence. Others fought for a place on the boats. And right in the middle of this chaos, the ship's band stood up and continued playing. Their last song was said to be "Closer, My God." At 2:20 a.m., the ship split in two. The sound of metal breaking and screams echoed throughout the night. Then silence fell. The next morning, the only sign of the Titanic was the planks and lifeboats that were scattered about. The disaster claimed the lives of over 1,500 people. Survivors were rescued by the ship Carpathia. The Titanic disaster taught us a bitter lesson. Human pride can never challenge nature. Today, in the cold depths of the ocean, the Titanic still rests, an eternal monument to a story that will not be forgotten. Today, thousands of people from around the world have gathered at special exhibitions to retrace the amazing and tragic story of the Titanic. Held in various cities, these exhibitions are filled with images, salvaged objects, and stories that transport us to the turbulent days of the legendary ship. Visitors to these places not only learn about the majesty of the ship, but also honor the memory of the victims of that tragic event. These exhibitions are an opportunity to learn from the past and gain a deeper understanding of our human history. Perhaps right now, in one of these exhibitions, someone is standing in front of an old suitcase and thinking to themselves how life can change in an instant. You are part of this historic journey. With your support, we can continue this adventure.